Is Swan involved in the 110th unit killing conspiracy? Trust is a luxury for Reacher, and he is very specific about the people he relies on. The members of 110th fell into that category, every single one of them, because he picked them himself. Having spent all this time with them, solving one case after another, they'd become his family, which is why this case is so personal to him. He is looking for revenge more than justice, and he knows he'll have it, but what bothers him is whether Swan will be at the receiving end. By far, Swan has been AWOL, and while it cannot be confirmed whether he is dead, they cannot deny the possibility that not only is he alive, but is also orchestrating all the attacks and other bad things happening to them. The proof of this comes from Denver, where Dixon and Neagley discover that he was the one who signed the manifest for the 650 missiles, which are now in the possession of AM. Swan had to be alive for this, as his thumbprint couldn't be forged, and considering everything, he must have done it without being forced to, at least not physically. What further shakes Reacher's faith in Swan is the discovery that one of the shooters at Franz's funeral reveals that he was paid by someone named Swan. But then, he didn't really see who was hiring and paying him, so there is room for doubt. Still, by far, everything that has come to the surface goes to show nothing more than the fact that Swan is somehow involved with the bad guys. The show gives a flashback to reveal why Reacher is holding on to hope for Swan so desperately. It turns out that Reacher owes him for saving his life. In a mission they undertook years ago, Reacher and Swan were in enemy territory posing as drug dealers when their cover was blown and Reacher was directly in line for the shooter to kill him. Swan jumped in front of him and took a bullet to the chest of his boss. This showed Reacher that Swan was just as loyal as he expected him to be when he hired him for the job. This is also why he struggles to believe anything against him even now. Still, he cannot refute what is right in front of him. In the final scene of the episode, Reacher and Neagley try to catch AM by using the shooter. Previously, Reacher found out that AM only deals in bonds when it comes to payments. Because bonds are quite a big deal, it requires him to be present there when the dealing happens. They'd hoped that whoever pays the shooter from the funeral would have some connection to AM. By getting to them, they could find AM. The shooter claimed that Swan was the one who hired him, but nothing could be confirmed until they had solid proof. Reacher wanted that, which is why he sent the shooter back. While the shooter makes his way to the rendezvous point, Reacher and Neagley wait in the shadow, hoping to get some audio. But then, the building where the shooter was supposed to meet his employer blows up. If there was any doubt that Reacher and his friends were in dangerous territory, it was completely removed. AM and Langston, and whoever else is involved in this conspiracy, is not in the mood to leave any loose ends. And if Reacher and co don't get to the bottom of it quickly, more of them are bound to meet a tragic end.